The land is the most important thing we have next to water. The two are necessary. Family farms are highly important, and the farms becoming big corporate farms is not good for the future. The thing that bothers me most is that one person don't have the rights to draw all the water out of the river and leave the man below dry.
That's right.
What we're talking about is not to damage the farmer, it's to help the farmer in the long term. Conservation is the life of agriculture. Agriculture cannot live without conservation.
Stockhaven Nursery is on land that's been here in our family for at least 5 generations that we know of. This land that we're on has been farmed in a lot of different things over the years. We're about 2.5 miles from the South Fork of the Edgestowe River. Grew up fishing in that river. Grew up doing a lot of hunting on there in the floodplain and in that area, and it's a part of our life. And right here on this farm, you know, being right here, that's what we do for recreation. I think that as a general rule, farmers recognize that surface water is something that they really don't need to mess with. We've grown up knowing that. We've grown up believing that surface water is there for the people of South Carolina. As far as Farm Bureau, I think, you know, this law went through in 2010 and they were very happy about it. At the time, we were struggling because we were in a recession, and it was very difficult to keep food on the table, even because we were just not selling a whole lot of trees and not doing a whole lot. And so it went through, and I was not very involved, and became involved once you know, the large farm came in, basically our neighbor, because they're only 3 or 4 miles away. And at that point, we started noticing that this is a very open-ended law, and that was the key that I felt like, one of the things I felt like this should be changed. I believe that most farmers feel the way that I do. I could be wrong, but I don't think anybody wants to see a river dried up. Nobody wants to see a stream go dry. Nobody wants to see anything change in our surface waters, and they don't believe that it will because they're relying upon what DHEC has said is safe.
With the surface water, I guess I'm concerned about the river going dry. I don't really want to see that happen. And as far as the gentleman coming on planting potatoes, I think what he did was a good thing. The land he got, I think it was fine for him to be here. This other thing with so many of them coming in here, I don't understand what's really going on. I just don't want to see the river dry up. I think we need to get together and decide as farmers what we need to do. I think we need to have some say-so in what goes on. We don't really, but I don't want to see. I want to know who's going to be cut off first and who's going to have water right on, because it will happen one day. I think it's going to be somebody decided, and I would just like to know, and I think other farmers would like to know how big a chance they can take. I don't irrigate at all. No, mine, I just like to have drinking water and for my cows. but we only live about 2.5 miles from the river, and I've enjoyed the river. I've fished in it, and I've enjoyed it. And I have land on the river, on the south Edgestowe, and I sure want water running by it right on. I was a member of the Farm Bureau for a long time. I'm not a member now because of this, because they called me a radical. And they called a group of us radical. It wasn't just me, I was in the group. And I think the gentleman that called me a radical, I don't think he understood really what he was talking about. And as far as I'm concerned, I think that Farm Bureau, there's people, members of the Farm Bureau, that wants to see something done. I know that, and I understand that some of us on their voting members are in the same situation I'm in. They'd like to see something done.
Can you talk a little bit about why saving the river is not anti-farmer?
Yeah, and I'll tell you how I feel about that. When I think about the economy and growing our local economy, especially the agribusiness sector, you know, all the growth in the world wouldn't be worth losing a river and losing our valuable natural resources, because at the end of the day, no matter how much money is in our pockets, what really matters in life are things like family, friends, and what we enjoy. And for a lot of us, especially in this state, that's the river. And it runs through our neighborhoods, it runs through the land that we hunt on and kayak in and fish in, and I think that no amount of economic growth is worth losing that river or harming it in any ways. But I don't think that Friends of the Edisto or Saving South Carolina Rivers and Waters is against the farmer, because we just want to work hand in hand, and I think that's what it's going to take to really be progressive in this. And I respect South Carolina Farm Bureau. I respect a lot of the work they've done in the past, and I respect their board members and their president, Mr. Winkle, very much. And I think they have a hard job that maybe sometimes a lot of people don't get to see the inside and see the things that really go into it. But as far as being my voice, I think on certain aspects they are. But if they're not willing to do everything they can to protect our natural resources, then I'd say no, they're not speaking for me. I don't think that this is something that can wait. I think this is something that needs to be taken head on as soon as possible, and I'm hoping that that's now. And I hope that our legislators will listen to not just y'all's voice, but the voice of the future, which is my generation, because we want to see this river strong. We want to see the entire state of South Carolina strong in the waters that run through it. And I think what they need to do, and we need to do everything we can to make sure that happens.